Strong Mom channel. My name is Denise, and today these are your simple exercises for diastasis recti. This is the perfect video to start with if you are just starting on your diastasis recti healing journey. All you're going to need is a comfortable place on the ground and a sturdy chair. To start, we're going to activate our transverse abdominis, and I want you to take your fingertips onto your hip bones. You're going to bring them fingers in medially so you feel not the bones, but a little bit of a squishy area here. And what I want you to do is create tension. Think about creating tension from one hip bone to the other, as in drawing inward. I always like to imagine closing a book. So the book is closing and my low belly right here is drawing inward back to my spine. So what we want to start with is breathing diaphragmatically. Inhale, I want you to inhale through your nose and expand your rib cage. On the exhale, you're going to blow through your mouth at the same time as closing that book. So inhale, exhale, inhale. Every time you inhale, your ribs and belly expand slightly, and every time you exhale, everything draws inward. We're going to be using this diaphragmatic breath and activation of our transverse abdominis in these exercises. We want to be comfortable in all of these positions: back lying, side lying, seated, standing, all fours, because that's exactly what daily life movements look like, right? Because we are always moving in different planes of motion. And this gives us a way to build up our core strength to doing harder core exercises. So why don't we come on down to the ground? I want you to slide down onto your back. You're gonna roll over, and we're gonna place our feet on the floor and get in a comfortable position here. I want you to have those fingertips just medial to the hip bones we were touching earlier. And I want you to take your low back to the floor. Looking up at the ceiling, I want you to take that nice inhale again through the nose. And exhale. Draw your core in as you exhale. Inhale. In this low belly area, you should feel tightening and tensioning as you exhale. You should not feel bulging outward at all. Next, we're going to come into a side lying position. So your option is to hold your head in your hand or down on your arm. Lining up our body so that we are looking forward. We are not looking down. We do enough hunching over during the day, and we want to make sure that we're really getting into our diaphragm here in our breathing. So again, inhale, expanding the ribs, and exhale, engaging the transverse abdominis. Inhale again. Make sure to do about 10 to 12 repetitions, turn over onto the other side, and do the same thing. Next, I'd like you to grab a chair, set it out, and we're going to have a seat. Now, thinking about proper alignment, we'd like to sit on those sit bones. Our legs are at 90 degrees. Thinking about our chest open, we don't want to ever be hunched over, and ramping our neck back so our ears are in line with our shoulders. Same thing here in this position. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, If you want to make this a bit more challenging, when you take your fist together, you're going to hinge forward slightly and place those fists between your knees, and you're going to give a little bit of resistance, push those knees together as you exhale and draw in. So giving you a little bit of resistance and showing you how we would progress this exercise in just one simple progression. The next position we're going to do is on all fours. Now we're getting into the harder positions. We are working much more against gravity, thinking about in our seated position, and now in our all fours position. From here, having your hands directly stacked underneath your shoulders. We don't want them out here, and your knees underneath your hips. All right, I really love this position because now you can feel a full expansion as you inhale. So think about 360 degrees expansion, not just around the side of the ribs, but in the back as well. And on the exhale, draw in and inhale, release. Remember your alignment, nice and straight. We don't want to be arching, and we don't want to be rounding our back either. All right, ladies, if you're saying, you know what, I get this, I've done these exercises, but I don't know where to go from here, then I want to invite you to come join me in my 8-week Tummy Fix program. I will have the link down below for you to click. This is my signature program where I lead you from step 1 all the way to where you need to be, what you need to do to be able to minimize your diastasis recti. And we're not just talking about closing the gap, we're talking about strengthening the connective tissue so that you can go back to doing exercises that you like to do or used to do. So you can, as an added benefit of working on diastasis recti, draw that belly inward so it's not always looking so bloated. So click down below to work with me in the Tummy Fix program. And our last and final position will be standing up. So I'd like you to think about getting into alignment. If you're looking at yourself in the mirror, your hips are jutted out, think about drawing your hips back, ramping your neck, and have your ears in line with your shoulders. I know for some of us this might feel a little robotic, a little bit awkward. One good way that you can do that is come against a wall. Bum is against the wall, upper back's against the wall. You can have your hands here or even down and head against the wall. Now I want you to step away from the wall. I feel like a robot. Do you feel like a robot? I feel my neck extensors and my upper back working these muscles. This is how I want my alignment to be. All right, so from here, we're gonna do our core engagement in this position. Inhale, expand, exhale, drawing in. And you can continue on with your own pattern of your own breath. I recommend doing these exercises for 10 to 12 repetitions. You don't have to do all of them every day. I would choose maybe 2 or 3 of them to work through, and you will do 2 or 3 sets of each, or as time permits. That way you're working on your alignment, you're working on the diaphragm, and you're working on the transverse abdominis activation. So if you feel like you've got this down, these exercises were easy, then I want you to click here for the next video. Yes, we're using body weight as we engage our core. So I highly suggest you check out the next Diastasis Recti workout. Thanks so much for joining, and I will see you in the next one.